Tensions between Israel and Iran are at an all-time high, with an unprecedented military escalation. In recent weeks, Israel has launched a series of major airstrikes on Iranian territory, targeting critical infrastructure such as nuclear facilities, communication centers, military headquarters, and symbols of the state including the media and police. The attacks have been carried out using advanced fighter jets such as F-35s, armed drones, coordinated cyberattacks, and even assassination operations aimed at weakening the power structure under Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Israel's goal is clear: to halt Iran's nuclear ambitions and undermine Iran's support for militant groups such as Hezbollah and Hamas. In response, Iran has launched missile and drone attacks on several strategic locations in Israel. Several missiles have hit civilian targets, including a hospital in the south, injuring dozens and raising concerns about chemical contamination from the explosion. Iran also claimed to have used a Fateh-1 hypersonic missile in one of its attacks, a missile that is said to be extremely difficult to intercept by modern defense systems, and its emergence is a new threat that Israel and its allies must reckon with. The situation has not only had military implications, but has also caused diplomatic and economic chaos in the region. Thousands of commercial flights have been grounded due to the now unsafe airspace, and many countries, including Europe and the United States, have called for an immediate de-escalation. However, Iran has firmly stated that it will not open any room for negotiations or resume nuclear talks as long as the Israeli attack continues. U.S. President Donald Trump has said that his country will make a strategic decision in the next 2 weeks on whether to directly support Israel or try to mediate the conflict. Meanwhile, groups commonly referred to as the Axis of Resistance, such as Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and the Houthi militia in Yemen appear to have chosen not to carry out major retaliatory actions. Some analysts see this as a sign that their internal solidarity is starting to break down, or perhaps a strategic calculation to avoid getting involved in a full-scale war that could directly involve Western powers. International reactions to the conflict have been mixed. Russia has warned that if Israel attempts to overthrow the Iranian regime or even directly target its supreme leader, the world could enter a new phase of instability that is very dangerous. On the other hand, the Gulf countries, despite their historical conflict with Iran, seem unwilling to openly support a full-fledged Israeli attack, fearing a domino effect that could destroy regional stability. Amid these tensions, one thing is clear: a war between Israel and Iran is no longer just a shadow conflict as it has been in the past, but an open confrontation that could trigger a large-scale regional war. With advanced technology, the involvement of elite forces, and major geopolitical interests involved, this war carries great risks not only for both countries, but also for global security. Israel is still continuing its operations with high intensity, targeting vital infrastructure and trying to divide Iran's internal power through focused attacks. Iran, on the other hand, is relying on its missile power and sending a message that it is ready to survive a long conflict. The world is now holding its breath, waiting to see whether the great powers will intervene to mediate this conflict, or let it develop into one of the most destructive wars of the century.